Hello, YouTubers. So it's been actually a while since I brought you one of these episodes, so I thought it was about time for another Flames episode. And this week's episode, I guess you could kind of call it more of a light flame because it's not something that really ticks me off, but just something that I think is kind of where a lot of people are just kind of missing the boat, if you ask me. And that may just be my personal opinion. But anyway, my point is, from my experience, I kind of feel like people don't, or at least a lot of people, don't necessarily use Facebook to the best of its ability, the kind of tool that it is. And again, this is maybe my opinion, so maybe the way I use it personally isn't the way everybody uses it. But I just think a lot of people are missing out on what could be a great tool. And the reason for that being, so what I will tend to do is, I will log on from time to time, a couple times a day or whatever the case may be, just because it's something I like to do. It's one of one of my favorite pastimes, basically, just a way to kill time. I'll post, here and there I'll post about something that's going on in my life, or, something good that's happening, something bad that's happening, or about a movie that I saw that I really liked, or a TV show I'm watching, or sometimes I'll just, some quote from something that I'm watching, or, a quote from a song that I like. A lot of times I'll post something completely stupid and random just for my own amusement, hoping that maybe some others enjoy it too. And sometimes I'll post like images that I find, or that somebody else posted on theirs, links to stuff, stuff like that. I tend to try to keep drama off of it for the most part. But sometimes I do even think that it could be nice to kind of just get that stuff out sometimes. Like I said, I personally keep that very much to a minimum, especially because I try, I try not to air my dirty laundry to other people. That's mine, that's my stuff. That's for me. That's not for the whole world to know. Anyway, but so, I do that, but then what I also like to do is I go around to all my Facebook friends, be they just my Facebook friends, just people I know through Facebook, or be they my actual friends. I'll read their stuff, I'll comment on it. More times than not, I go around just seeing what things I can leave a stupid, goofy comment to amuse myself and hopefully others with. But I'll comment, I'll like, and stuff like that. Or if people comment on mine, I tend to respond, and I tend to also like their stuff. The funny thing is, I find so many people on Facebook, it seems like, are just so... there's nothing wrong with this, but I think they're missing the boat. There's just so many people that are just so centered on their own Facebook that they almost never bother to even so much as like, but much less, comment on anybody else's stuff. Or if you comment on theirs, or like they completely ignore it, like they don't engage. And to me, I feel like you're kind of missing the point of having something like that. To me, it's a great way to keep in touch with friends that maybe you don't get to see otherwise, or people that maybe you met online so you don't get to see at all. And it could be a lot of fun. You leave each other comments and likes and stuff. And so it's funny that I know. A lot of my real life friends don't use it very much, so in my book they get a pass because they're not on much, so they're not going to be commenting and stuff all the time. But the funny thing is that the vast majority of people who actually bother to comment on my Facebook or like it from time to time are people that I've never actually met in real life. They're friends that I met either on Facebook through shared fandoms. I've met a lot of Chikara fans on Facebook. Or maybe in different parts of the country. I've met a lot of Ghostbusters fans on Facebook, and actually some that I knew from before, but who were only online friends. I've never had the fortune, unfortunately, to meet in person that I now have on my Facebook. The funny thing is, those are the people who, more often than not, are the ones who comment and like my stuff, whereas the people I actually know in real life don't ever bother to use it. And it's just... I think it's a great tool, and I think people get too centered on their own stuff that they don't utilize it, in my view, to how it could really be a fun tool. Not to mention, one of the trends of Facebook I could never understand is or any social media for that matter, is just having tons and tons, like thousands of friends, when they're not even people you know in real life at all, and like just having friends for the sake of having friends. I mean, I have a lot of friends on Facebook that are people I don't know in real life, but again, they're through shared fandoms. They're Chikara fans, they're Ghostbusters fans, they're Last Night on Earth or Zombicide fans. So it's like we still have things to talk about. It's not as though they're just people that I'm just adding so that I have numbers. I can never understand that, and that kind of makes it hard to actually engage with anybody. So just kind of one of the things I always find it annoying. Like I feel like if you have friends that you actually engage with, then there should never be a single post that you or they post, and maybe that's exaggerating a little, maybe from time to time, but in general, most of your posts, your friends should be liking and commenting, and people just don't do that. They seem too wrapped up in their own stuff. And again, that's for the most part. A lot of people, I do have friends who actually do engage, and that's cool. And I mean, that's just my opinion. Some people use it for their ways, and some people use it for the others, so maybe some people just don't care to do that. But I just don't get it myself, because it's like, you're kind of missing out on a lot of fun if you really use it the way that it can be used. All right, so feel free to leave comments, YouTubers. Are you a obsessive Facebooker, or are you kind of like me where you're on from time to time, but you do engage with people, or are you kind of just never on and you're one of those people who never comments on anything? And again, nothing wrong with that if that's how you like to do it. I just think it's a lot of fun to actually engage. Thank you, YouTubers. Have a nice day.